Just repeat of your sin, oh Israel. Just repeat of your sin, oh Israel. Just repeat of your sin. Yasharala Israel, repent of your sins, turn from your transgressions, don't commit them again. Pray for the Holy Spirit to give you the strength to carry on, stay strong with the intent to overcome the wicked one by the grace of the truth. So sing the praise and give him thanks since he gave it to you. Because everything we went through was a part of the curse. If you remember yeah, he been all in the verse. Kept the statue, and this laws that was perfect. Shy and eternal, we ain't no part, no person. Through the spirit of God, forever rocking with my eyes, I repent for life. So I come in his grace, sleep in his face, my name written down in this book, in every stage, when I say my first prayer.
What up, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy T Boogie, back again on another Shabbat. Hold on, having a little technical difficulties here. There we go. Yeah, so it's your boy T Boogie back once again. Another Shabbat day. I like to say happy Sabbath, Shabbat Shalom, Shalom to the worldwide assembly. And as always, all praise, honor, and great glory is unto our power. The power, the Elohim of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of Israel. Give him all praise, honor, and glory. To our brothers and sisters in the faith, as always, we salute you. You know what I'm saying? 10 toes down, feet on the ground, doing what we do at all times. Got your boy, I'm flying solo tonight, but ain't no big rip. This what we do. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, special shout out to the young lion. Hey, look forward to getting back with you again, young Hebrew. May you feel better. Like we say, we back once again to bring you another lesson. Sorry we missed you, brothers and sisters, last week. Had some other things going on, but hey, all praise is due to the Most High God. Back again to do what we do. The title, if you're wondering, the title of that song is Israel Repent of Your Sins by the Sons of the Most High. Excellent track, because we got to repent. But we're going to get into this lesson tonight. The title of tonight's lesson is Vain Oblations. Vain Oblations. And just want to get into this thing tonight because, you know, when we go before the Most High with our prayers, and the Most High likens our prayers to sacrifices. He likens our prayers as incense. And when we offer up prayers and incense and things to the Most High, we ought to make sure that we are clean. Our minds are clean, our hearts are clean, our thoughts are pure. We ought to make sure that we are girded up and dressed properly before we go before the Most High at all times. And so oftentimes when we go before the Most High, we don't take the time to make sure that that's done. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of time when we go before the Most High, we go to him raggedy. We go to him unclean. We go to him unworthy. We go to him in our flesh. You know, we asking for things and not for insight. We asking for stuff that we may become more comfortable in this Babylonian system. Instead of asking for discernment, for asking for wisdom, asking for knowledge. We do a whole lot of vain oblations to the Most High. We do a whole lot of pumping our gums and bumping our gums to the Most High, and nothing out of a pure heart or a pure mind, seeking how we may become better servants, better people, better husbands and wives. Even to the inside of Israel, when we get to be what we call a head teacher or a leader, we think we arrive. We ain't got to do nothing else. Everybody got to bow down to us. We got to be looked upon a certain way, this, that, and the third. No. We are but dust. And as dust, we must always act accordingly to that which we are. Just a bit more. To that which we are. So I want to get into this thing tonight. And keep in mind, we're going to be doing a lot of law of the spirit. But we're going to be reading a lot of letter of law. But we're going to see even in the law of the Old Testament, the Most High was showing us the spirit of his law even back then. But a lot of time what has been happening, it was with most of the scriptures, even amongst Israel, we misinterpret. We don't get the precept, we don't get to understand it. But we're going to look even back then, and when he was doing the Levitical priesthood, he was telling us how to keep the spirit of the law, which is mercy, judgment, and faith, even back then in keeping the letter. So we're going to get into this thing a little bit. We're going to get into this thing. First place we're going to go, and like I say, anybody who don't understand something, let us know. We gladly answer your questions. You got our email addresses. Sect of the Nazarene, he's on YouTube. Young Lion. We got our email is truehebrew02@gmail.com. You can hit us up on What the Book Say Radio. Put your comments in the blog, whatever. Hey, we ain't hard to find. We ain't hard to find. We ain't hard to get a hold of. Hit us up, and we'll try our best to answer your questions according to the word of the Most High God. And like us on Facebook, like us on YouTube, share it. Tell your friends about us. Hey, we just trying to get this word out. We ain't doing this for no vainglory. We just try to get the word out, trying to put this work in as we always try to do. But let's get it cracking. The first place we going is Psalms, the 141. Psalms, the 141. All right. We're going to pick it up at verse 1. We're going to read verses 1 through 4 because, like I just said, we must at all times keep our minds clean. Our actions must be clean when we approach the Most High. Because if we're not, we're going to see later on in the lesson how he views that and what he does to people who's constantly coming to him in the wrong light. And I know a lot of times, within Israel, we talk about the Sunday Christian, which we know they ain't even got to the elementary stage of this thing. And we know, according to the scriptures, John 9:31, that for we know God heareth not sinners, which sin is a transgression of the law. So if you transgressing the law, he ain't hearing. But he's also talking about to those who know they Israel, who's transgressing the spirit of the law. And we're going to read that all throughout the scripture. So don't get it twisted. Just because you keep the Sabbath day and all that, we're going to read a little bit about that to the ones keeping the Sabbath day, but ain't keeping it pure and holy. That's keeping the letter of the Sabbath day, but ain't keeping it pure and holy. And we're going to read a little bit of that as we get into this lesson. But let's get it cracking. Psalm 141, verse 1, and I read. Lord, I cry unto thee. Make haste unto me. Give ear unto my voice when I cry unto thee. Let my prayer be set forth before thee as incense. Keep that in mind. He said, let his prayer be set before the Most High as incense. I'm putting this first because this is the crux of the lesson. He said, let my prayer be set before you as incense. Keep that in mind. He said, let my prayer be set before thee as incense, and the lifting up of my hands as the evening sacrifice, evening sacrifice. So when you lifting up your hands and praying to the Most High, hey, he said, man, that's just like you offering up an oblation to him, offering up a sacrifice to him. Because we know now that Yeshua HaMashiach has come, Jesus Christ has come, we know that the animal sacrifice is no more. So he's even back here in the Old Testament, what they call the Old Testament, he's still talking about prayer and sacrifice prayer and lifting up his hands as a sacrifice. So when you go before the Most High, you better be right. You better be pure. And we know you can't be sinless, but you better be blameless in the eyes of the Lord. You better be blameless. Because if you ain't, he gonna tell you later on what he gonna do. Verse 3. Set a watch, O Lord, before my mouth, and keep the door of my lips. Incline not my heart to any evil thing. So incline not my mind to any evil thing, to practice. You see that? To practice wicked works with men that work iniquity. So, and we're going to read a little bit about that too. He said, see, when you practice sin, when you practice in iniquity, that means it's regular for you. It's common for you. It's just what you do. It's almost like you to breathe it. As you breathe, so you sing. He said, don't let me be numbered with the ones that practice wickedness. Hey, it's a lot of corrupt things going on within Israel. A lot of corrupt things. We've talked about them over the past several months. There's a lot of corrupt people amongst Israel. They are not all Israel. That are of Israel. You see what I'm saying? So just cause they call themselves Israel, and just cause they up there on the Sabbath day and the feast day, don't mean a doggone thing to the Most High. Because he's looking in here. Read that verse 3 again. It says, that verse 4 says, incline not my mind to any evil thing, to practice wicked works with men that work iniquity, and let not me eat of their dainties. Let me partake of their dainties. You see what I'm saying? What's up, sir? All praises. Check this out. Let the right, no, I'm going to skip down. I'm sorry, I just want to go through verse 4. I'm sorry, just want to go through verse 4. Now we're going to go a little bit further. And we're going to talk about a little bit about these vain oblations, these sacrifices that are for nothing. Vain meaning for nothing, waste of time, waste of effort. Oblation meaning sacrifice. So you're doing prayers and offerings to the Most High for nothing. And he's going to outline and show you what it is that you're doing for nothing and why. Because you're working with the workers of iniquity. So what's up, little bro? Let's go to Proverbs 15. Let's go to Proverbs. Flip over. Proverbs 15. And I'm going to say that I know a lot of y'all going to be offended tonight, but you know who you're dealing with. You're dealing with T-Boogie, and I really just don't care. It is what it is. The book says what it says. And anybody who don't like it, hey, tune out. Because I know it's a lot of brothers doing a lot of subversive things. Even like, what I'm saying, which I don't care. You on the channel. You didn't join the channel, so you get alerts every time, or you got people looking at the channel that's reporting back to you. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I'm gonna say it again. The invitation's still out there. So I'm saying, when you gonna call a brother? When you gonna sit down across the table from a brother and prove your point? Because it was told me even today that hey, because we read out of the Apocrypha, that we go into hell and we sin. Well, if you cared about your brother, if you loved your brother, you would do what I do. I admonish my brothers and my sisters. But because the accusation is that we teaching another doctrine, but can't nobody that ever looked at one of these lessons or listened to one of these lessons can ever say that I'm teaching against Hamashiach or Jesus Christ. Nobody can say, what's up, Sister Charlotte? Nobody can say that I'm teaching against Hamashiach. Nobody can say that we teaching against the dietary law. Nobody can say we teaching against the Sabbath day. Nobody can say that we teaching against the feast days. Nobody can say we teaching against marriage. Nobody can say none of that. So if we ain't teaching none of that, how are we coming with another doctrine? When the scripture that we read from what they call the so-called Apocrypha is lining up what you read in the 66. See what I'm saying? Appreciate you too, sister. KK Thomas, Israel. Hey, we appreciate all y'all, all our brothers and sisters that standing 10 toes down with us in this thing. So to have another doctrine means you got to teach a doctrine that's different from the doctrine of the Bible. You see what I'm saying? Just because you don't know what's in this book or these books don't mean that it's another doctrine. So when you catch me teaching against a Mashiach, when you catch me teaching against the Sabbath day, against the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, when you catch me doing that, then you can say I'm teaching another doctrine. But because you don't, the Most High ain't increased your understanding when you can't understand something, don't mean it's another doctrine just because you don't know. Because you belong to a huge organization and y'all don't think it's nobody else doing what y'all doing or can see into the script like y'all can see into the script, so-called anyway. That ain't another doctrine, bro. See, you that's false accusation right there. False accusation right there. Another doctrine is a doctrine other than what Christ taught, other than what the Most High taught in the old book and the new book. But all we talk about is alms deeds. All we talk about is faith and mercy, keeping the law, keeping the high days, keeping the dietary law. So how that? See, you lying to the people to make yourself feel good because you ain't hitting on nothing. And he know who I'm talking to because he know what he say. Continue. Proverbs 9. Again, for those who just not joining, the title of the lesson is Vain Oblations. Vain Oblations. Vain meaning for nothing or no gain. Oblations being likened to prayers and sacrifices. Vain oblations. And that's with a question mark. Are you giving vain oblations to the Most High for nothing? Proverbs 15, verse 8, and I read. The sacrifice of the wicked, the prayers of the wicked, the request of the wicked, the sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination to the Most High. But the prayer of the upright is his delight. The way of the wicked is an abomination unto the Most High. But he loveth him that follow after righteousness. See, he loveth those that follow after righteousness. The ones that have right dealing and right judgment with their brothers and sisters. See, he gonna hear that prayer. He ain't gonna hear your prayer. Matter of fact, you can read over that Deuteronomy. He said, man, the earth above, you're gonna be brass. Brass, the color brass is for judgment. Meaning your prayers ain't going nowhere. Your prayers ain't going nowhere, bro, sister. He said, take my Israel, all praises. He said, man, the earth above you, the heaven above you gonna be brass, and the earth beneath you gonna be iron. You ain't gonna be able to sow. So if you can't sow, you can't reap. And if your prayers ain't being heard, because you being judged, because you passed over judgment, again, the spirit of the law, then you ain't got nothing coming. Continue. Flip right over. We gonna cause, hey, look, flip right over to Proverbs 28. Flip right over to Proverbs 28. Because we're gonna read again. He just said the sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination. We're gonna get a second witness to that. We're gonna go to Proverbs 28. We're gonna read verses 9 through 10, then we're gonna skip down. Proverbs 28, verse 9, and I read. He that turneth his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination. So, to my Sunday brothers and sisters that say they ain't got to keep no law, that the Most High has done away with his law, we don't read it over in the New too. They say they ain't got to keep. He said, if you turn your ear from hearing the law, he said, your prayer is an abomination unto him. And to my enlightened Israelite brethren and sisterin, when you're doing false witnesses, false accusing, and passing over mercy and judgment, your prayer is an abomination too. He said, he that turneth his ear away from hearing the law, even his prayer, her prayer is an abomination. Continue. Whoso causes the righteous to go astray in an evil way, he shall fall himself into his own pit. But the upright shall have good things in possession. So when you become a stumbling block, you know, you whispering and backbiting, Michelle Butler, happy Sabbath. So when you whispering and backbiting and getting folks and going trying to do damage control like you always do, because you always messing up, stop praying. Because you're a stumbling block. Four tribe in the building, Shalom, my family. Four tribe in the building. So, you know, when you're going around doing your little stuff that you've been doing for years, stop praying. When you calling people to stumble because you telling them lies and false accusing like somebody take it out of the book, stop praying. Because we're going to read, he ain't listening. Number one, he ain't listening. And if you keep doing it, you're going to be irritating to him. And when the Most High get irritated, things get, and people get broke. You see what I'm saying? See, when the Most High get irritated, stuff get broke. See, these are things that we must understand, brothers and sisters, that we ain't dealing with that God that everybody has tried to put off as this goody puff, cream puff type God. And if you think he is, tell me why we sitting over in Babylon right now to this day, getting killed and mistreated and misused and abused, and ain't in our holy land over there. And to suffer all the things that we've suffered since we've been in this captivity. Tell me that. Skip down to verse 13. He that covereth his sins shall not prosper, but whoso confesseth and forsaketh them shall have mercy. Happy is the man that feareth always, but he that hardeneth his heart shall fall into mischief. And see, hey, these reproofs and these things, it ain't just us. You see what I'm saying? And let me say this here. I just said this in private to some brothers and sisters. I'm going to say this here. If the same drama been going on and on and on and on, and the same person or people is in the center of the drama, it ain't hard to figure out where the drama coming from. You see, it's just like math class. You understand what I'm saying? When you figure out the common denominator or eliminate the common denominator, then the problem will solve itself. The problem will solve itself. Everybody in the world is not wrong and you right. It don't work like that, bro. It don't work like that. Can't work like that. Read that 13 again. It said, he that covereth his sin, always making excuse, always got a reason for why you did what you did, said what you said. He that covereth his sins shall not prosper. But whoso confesses and forsaketh them shall have mercy. Happy is the man that feareth always, but he that hardeneth his heart shall fall into mischief. See, when people constantly reproving you, trying to get you to see things in a different light, and you keep hardening your neck, mischief is coming. He told you over there, Psalm 50, he said, because I didn't answer you speedily, you thought together that I was as one of you. See, sometimes he just letting you feel that cup of iniquity up. Just like he did with the Ammonite. He said, hey, man, the cup, the iniquity of the Amorite is not yet full. Just like this Babylonian sister, just like the beast sister. He said, hey, man, when that cup gets full, then he gonna come. It ain't full yet. When it gets full, you're gonna be dealt with. This system gonna be dealt with. Sin gonna be dealt with when the cup is full. Continue. Let's go to Isaiah, the 1. Isaiah the 1. And this is the prophet Ike. He coming to the children because, hey, as always, we always messing up. Most High always sending somebody trying to get us back on the right track. And like we said, we just got to read. If you continue to harden your neck, continue to harden your heart, he gonna get at you. He gonna send somebody to get at you. He said, I rule in the kingdom of men. He gonna send the goon. He the one that send the goon. And they gonna get at you. So keep on hardening your neck. Keep on taking in the persons of the wicked, taking up for them and riding with them. We're going to read a little bit about that too. You know what? I told you wrong. I'll skip the place. Go to Jeremiah first. Go to Jeremiah the 7, y'all. Excuse me, brothers and sisters. Jeremiah the 7. Getting ahead of myself. Jeremiah the 7. And we're going to pick it up. We're going to pick it up at verse 21. And we're going to read verses 21 through 32. Jeremiah 7, verse 21, and I read. Thus said Yahweh of hosts, the power of Israel, put your burnt offerings unto and your sacrifices and eat flesh. I don't want your sacrifices. Don't need them. Put them to yourself. For I spake not unto your fathers, nor commanded them in the day that I brought them out of the land of Egypt, concerning burnt offerings or sacrifices. But this thing I commanded them, saying, obey my voice, and I will be your power, and ye shall be my people, and walk ye in all the ways that I commanded you, that it may be well with you. But they hearken not, nor incline their ear, but walk in the counsels and the imaginations of their evil heart or evil mind, and went backward and not forward. And see, that's the thing. Most times, brothers and sisters, we know what the word is telling us. When the Ruach, when the Holy Ghost, the Holy Spirit is talking to us, we know when we finna do something wrong, then thought something wrong, then said something wrong. And he said, we done went backwards and not forward. So we've always been digressing. Even amongst conscious Israelites, we continue to digress because of pride, because of haughtiness, because of position, because of jealousy and envy. And the Bible tells you who can stand against him. And that's a rhetorical open-ended question, meaning no one. He said, but they hearken not, nor incline their ear, but walk in the counsels of in the imagination of their own evil heart, and went backwards and not forward. Since the day that your fathers came out from the land of Egypt unto this day, I have even sent unto you all my servants, the prophets, daily rising up and sending them. Yet they hearken not unto me, nor incline their ear, but harden their neck. They did worse than their father. And it's getting worse and worse every generation, brothers and sisters. The more we standing up and telling people to repent, the more we standing up and telling people to, you got to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, and have mercy and judgment and faith. The more we do it, the worse it gets. And the more he's sending his prophets, the more he's sending his servants to you, and you ain't listening, it's being recorded. It's being written down. 27. Therefore thou shalt speak all these words unto them, but they will not hearken to thee. Thou shalt also call unto them, but they will not answer thee. But thou shalt say unto them, this is a nation that obeyeth not the voice of the Lord, their God, nor receiveth correction. Truth is perished and is cut from their mouth. Truth is, hey man, that's what I'm saying. Charles Israel, what's up, my Hebrew brother? Glad to see you could join us. All my family that's joining us on Facebook and YouTube Live, we love y'all. And we appreciate you guys' support and everything. And we hope that you always be edified in the Most High's word. All of him and none of us. humble. We try to be as humble as we possibly can. But back to the lesson. He said, but thou shalt say unto them, this is a nation that obeyeth not the voice of the Lord, their power, nor receiveth correction. Truth is perished and is cut from their mouth. Cut off thine hair, O Jerusalem, and cast it away, and take up a lamentation on high places. For the Lord has rejected and forsaken the generation of his wrath. So, hey, when you look around and them goons on you and everything going wrong, health declining, folks leaving from around you, hey, don't wonder why. Because if you ain't been dealing in truth and in righteousness, don't wonder what's going on. You already know. If you ain't been in right dealing with your spouse, your husband, your wife, if you ain't been in right dealing with your brothers and sisters, if your office is wicked and you know it's wicked, and let me say this right here. Man, everybody ain't lying on you. Everybody ain't lying. I'm sorry. If it's year after year after year after year after year, and let me say this, brother, if everybody in the same faith as you ain't got nothing good to say about you, or it's always some drama surrounding you, you need to check yourself. Seriously. And you need to get before the Most High and make sure he ain't forsaking you. Because he may have turned you over to a reprobate mind. That's real talk. If ain't nobody got nothing good, I mean, ain't nobody the same faith, ain't got nothing good to say. And you always in some drama. I manage people for a living. So I had to listen to a whole lot of stuff. You see what I'm saying? And I'm a very good listener. And if every time something jump off, you in the middle of it, then the problem is you. You the problem. Continue. Verse 30. For the children of Judah have done evil in my sight, said the Most High. They have set their abomination in the house, which is called by my name, to pollute it. So when you come up there on a Sabbath day, brothers and sisters, and you won't even speak to your brother or your sister that walks right past you because you got all against them, and you in there on the Sabbath, because he said they bring their abomination to his house. See, they at the assembly. You understand what I'm saying? You at the assembly on the Sabbath day, on the high day, and got the audacity and the nerve and the mind to walk past your brother, your sister, and won't even speak to them. Because they don't roll like you roll. They don't see like you see. But you supposed to have love for the nation. You supposed to have, he said, as we have occasion, let us do good unto all men, especially of those who are the household of faith. You looking under-eyed and sideways at your brother and your sister because you think something going on because they sitting with a certain brother or sister who you seem to have a problem with. See, I don't like to talk about the Sunday Christian too much. You know what I'm saying? They on the elementary stage. I know they need to be reproved, rebuked, and all that, but hey, I like to keep my lessons within Israel because we seem to think just because we keeping the letter of the law that we straight. And you can't read that nowhere in the Bible, Old Testament or New, because all these prophets was talking to Israel. Hamashiach was talking to Israel. All the apostles, with the exception of Peter, and the one time Peter went to Cornelius and Paul, they was talking to Israel. So how y'all got this thing that y'all can always beat up on the Sunday Christian and don't none of this apply to y'all is beyond me. Beyond me. How are we gonna show the world how they supposed to serve the Lord when we jacked up? Yeah, we can get the Sunday Christian out the Sunday church. Then we get them to the class of the assembly. And then they see all kind of drama going on. Because the teachers hung up on the letter of the law and beating up on the Sunday Christian instead of getting this thing and rising and leveling up in the truth. That's why your lesson sounds the same, because you ain't talking about nothing. You ain't dealing with the mind. You ain't dealing with the functions of the mind. You ain't dealing. All you want to do is beat up on Sunday Christian. Bam, 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 every week, every weekend, week out. And then when they get up in there, when you finally get one or two to come up, you run them off because you got all other kind of wickedness going on up in there. And they have built the high places, talking about places of worship, of Tophet, which is in the valley of the son of Hinnom, to burn their sons and their daughters in the fire, which I commanded them not, neither came into my mind. Therefore, behold, the days come, said the Most High, that it shall no more be called Tophet, nor the valley of the son of Hinnom, but the valley of the slaughter. For they shall bury in Tophet till it be no place. He coming to kill. He said, so when you burn these, and you got these idols set up in your mind, in your heart, he said, that's going to be called the place of slaughter. Understand what you read. See, it's time. See, time winding up, y'all. If you ain't looking at the news, looking at the world news, and understanding that playtime been over with, if you ain't understanding playtime been over with, then it's something wrong. When you look at all the pestilence and plagues and earthquakes and hey, the tic-tac master, the orange pervert, hey, it's going to be open season on Israelites. It's already open season on Israelites. And hey, he got these heathens, they done turned it up. You can't even have a barbecue in the park no more. See, you got to understand that, hey, they doing this little bit now. You understand what I'm saying? But it's going to be even greater because, see, right now, they killing you on camera. Ain't nothing being done and shit. You know what I'm saying? They calling the police on you for sleeping in the hallway at a college. They calling the police on you for having a barbecue in the park. They calling the police on you, and they coming up and they riding on you, and they shooting you and beating you and all this here. It's just isolated incidents here and there, but it's coming more frequent. And the book say that the dragon turned to make war with the remnant of her seed. So they doing this now. How much more are they going to do when it's time for her to turn and make war with the remnant of the Most High of Israel seed? So if your prayers ain't going nowhere, you ain't got nothing but pain coming. So when the heathen turn up on you, when you cry out to the Most High, he ain't going to be listening. Because contrary to popular belief, like these brothers down here in Memphis, Tennessee, they think they the only one going to the wilderness or the only one get somebody to the wilderness. Negro will make think the Most High gonna let you in. He said a fool ain't gonna enter his way in to the wilderness. So when you're doing all this wickedness and you don't get to the wilderness and and the Most High ain't hearing your prayer, what you got coming? What you got coming? That what you put out or sown is that what you gonna reap. Continue. Go to Isaiah the 66. Flip back. Isaiah the 66. Isaiah the 66. Let me get there. And we're going to read verses 1 through 4. Isaiah the 66. Is that what I want? Yeah. Isaiah the 66, verses 1 through 4, and I read, Thus saith Yahweh, the heaven is my throne, and the earth is my footstool. Where is the house that ye build unto me? Where is the place of my rest? For all those things have mine hand made, and all those things have been, saith the Lord. But to this man will I look, even him that is poor and of a contrite spirit, and trembleth at my word. See, that's who he gonna hear. The ones that have a poor and contrite spirit. Those are the ones whose prayers gonna get through. And I'm gonna tell you something. When you on point with the Most High God, and that frequency is coming out of your mouth, it's a book y'all need to get. If y'all ain't got to get this book called The DNA of Sound. Get this book. You can go on Amazon, get this book, start studying that book. And you can go even read in the book of Jasher about the frequency that the Israelites, when they in tune with their God, with their power, man, when you start talking, the Most High start, hey, your brothers, the angels, get in motion. Stuff starts shaking and moving. But you got to be of a poor and contrite spirit. You got to have mercy and judgment and faith for that frequency to work. You can even read in the book of Jasher, man, when our forefathers was in battle, they would let off a shriek and women would have miscarriages. Joseph would bow down on their knees and just go crazy, lose their mind when our forefathers would cry out to God and pray. But if you ain't doing this, man, the Lord ain't listening to you. He ain't gonna shake no heavens for you. He's of a poor and contrite spirit. But check out the one who ain't got a poor and contrite spirit. He that killeth an ox, clean animal, as if he slew a man. He that sacrifices a lamb, clean animal, as if he cut off a dog's neck. He that offered an oblation, as if he offered swine's blood. He that burneth incense, and an incense again, as if he blessed an idol. Yeah, they have chosen their own ways, and their soul delighteth in their abomination. Hey, man, it's just like when you pray to the Most High, and you got all this wickedness on your jacket, ain't repented, ain't made it, and you got all with your brothers. Man, you might well cut off a pig. You might well get a pig and slut and pour that blood out on the altar. You might well cut off a dog's neck, man. You might well commit murder. He said, as though you slew a man. This how serious you got to be before you go to your God, your power. Call yourself throwing up an oblation. Call yourself throwing up a sacrifice of prayer. If you ain't clean, if your actions ain't pure, if you got issues with brothers and sisters in the assembly, hey, man, you might well go murder somebody. That's what you're doing anyway. You murder your brother and your sister. You might well go deal with a pig and pig's blood. We just read, I'm going to read it again. It said, he that killeth an ox, as if he slew a man. He that sacrifices a lamb, as if he cut off a dog's neck. He that offers an oblation, as if he offers swine's blood. He that burneth an incense, as if he blessed an idol. Yeah, they have chosen their own ways, and their soul delighteth, in their abominations. Verse 4. I will choose their delusions. I will choose their delusions and bring their fears upon them. So, hey, that thing that you most afraid of, that thing that you open the back of, man, I hope they don't have me. He said, I'm going to take that thing. Like I said before, I say this all the time. Same thing make you laugh, gonna make you cry. That what you doing, he going to take that right there, and he going to bring you down with it. Same thing make you laugh, gonna make you cry. I will also choose their delusions, and I will bring their fears upon them. Because when I called, none did answer. When I spake, they did not hear. But they did evil before mine eyes, and chose that in which I delighted not. See, just like we've been coming to y'all, brother, and extending invitation, y'all, brothers and sisters, and y'all knock the olive leaf out of our hand, that's him trying to call to you. When you laying in the midnight and can't sleep because you know you done did wrong to your real and you ain't made it right yet, that's him trying to call unto you. Then he said he sent his prophet, his servant daily. Hey, man, you gonna let your pride get you thrown in the lake? You gonna let your position get you in trouble with the Most High God? No. I can't do it. Continue. Go to the new book. Go to the new book. Let's go to Jude. Last book before Revelation. Jude ain't but one chapter. Jude the 1. You hear me? Jude the 1. We're going to read verse 3, then we're going to skip down. Jude the 1, verse 3. Beloved, when I gave all diligence to write unto you of the common salvation, it was needful for me to write unto you and exhort you that you should earnestly, means sincerely, contend for the faith which was once delivered unto the saints. So, hey, baby, like I told you, with me, it ain't nothing or nobody gonna keep me from doing what thus say the Lord. I'm not even gonna let myself keep me from that. If I need to humble myself, I'll humble myself. He said, earnestly contend. And we're going to show you even in the Old Testament, when he was talking about the sacrifices, he was talking about earnestly contending. Earnestly contending for the faith, which was delivered unto you. And I'm going to contend for this. I'm going to fight till there ain't no more fighting. If I got to crawl over and bite you on your ankles, that's what I'm going to do. If I got to do it, that's what I'm going to do. When I can't swing and kick, I'm going to bite. I'm going to scratch it. I'm going to claw for this truth. All right, JJ, no problem, no problem. So, you know, it's always going to be on the rewind, on the YouTube, on the Facebook. I got started a little early today. Since I was flying solo, I just wanted to go because I got a lot of scripts I'm going through, and I just want to get started. Hey, sorry, you missed a little bit, but hey, go back and look at the rewind. Hey, it's going to be on Facebook and YouTube. But, yeah, like I was saying, we're going to skip down to verse 10. Now, look what he say. But these speak evil of those things which they know not. And I'm gonna beat this dead horse again. They speak evil of things of which they know not. Talking to one of my Hebrew brothers today. Look, just cause the Most High ain't revealed something to you, don't mean it ain't valid. You understand? They speak evil of those things which they know not. No, and we read earlier, hey man, if you don't know what you talk, you better put a watchman on the door of your mouth. They speak evil of those things which they know not. But what they know naturally as brute beasts, and those things, they corrupt themselves. And even in the things that they know, even the natural thing, they still corrupt themselves. 4, 5 women. After you got out of the water. Huh? You know about the women? You know you ain't gonna be in adultery since you got out of the water. Huh? You know about running your mouth? You still corrupt yourself in that. So how you gonna talk about something you don't know nothing about? How you gonna talk about this and don't know nothing about it? And the stuff that you do know, you still corrupt yourself in that. Huh? You know, tale bearing is an abomination. You know, the sowing discord amongst the brethren is an abomination. You know about that. So you say, but you still corrupt yourself in that thing naturally. You get off the roster from teaching on the Sabbath day and showing booty pictures of a woman that ain't your wife. You still corrupt yourself on that. Huh? Tell me I'm lying. Just get off the roster. Verse 11. Is that right? Yeah, we're going to do 12. Woe unto them. For they have gone in the way of Cain. You didn't go that way of that murder. They've gone in the way of Cain and ran greedily after the error of Balaam for reward and perished in the gainsaying, in the tail-bearing and lying for advantage, for position. Huh? And perish in the gainsaying of course. Now, here, this way it get real right here. And we finna get into this a little bit. This way it get real. These are spots in your feast of charity. When they feast with you, now, we talking about the Lord's feast, and we're going to prove that. He said, when they feast with you, feeding themselves without fear. Because, hey, even in that Passover, man, he said, man, you take over this that Corinthians. He said, you partake of this Passover unworthily. He said, because some of y'all took of this unworthily. He said, some of y'all, many among y'all are sick, and many of y'all dead. That y'all sleep. Because y'all are in the feast, man, without no fear. In the you going to do unleavened bread. Yeah, you got all the unleavened bread at your house. You got all the leavening at your physical house. I mean, where you reside at, but you ain't got the leavening out of here. Because you had the leavening out of here, you wouldn't be up on the feast day with grudges, hate, with malice, with envy, scheming and conniving, vain oblations. You could have stayed at home. You wasted your time and got another mark against you, brother, sister. These are spots in your feast of charity. Charity meaning love, because he will be love feast. These are spots in your feast of charity. When they feast with you, feeding themselves without fear, clouds they are without water, carried about the winds, trees whose fruit withereth, without fruit, twice dead, plucked up by the roots. Now, I didn't write that. He said, you twice dead, man. If you up on the Sabbath day, because the Sabbath day is a feast day, you twice dead, plucked up by the roots. So if you twice dead and plucked up by the roots, meaning you ain't got no chance to grow again. So guess where you going? You got a date with the snake in the lake. Now, is he talking? Is he talking to the Sunday Christian? Nope. He ain't talking to the Sunday Christian because there ain't no feast of love. Because these are spots among you in your feast. That's why I separate myself. Because guess what? We finna read, if you in the feast with them, and you better get away from them. I had a Jake gonna tell me, a situation came up on the feast, and I didn't let my rib cook for the feast because there was stuff going on. I said, hey man, I'm trying to save my house. Or Jake gonna tell me, no, you just need to go harder. No, you need to get introspective and retrospective and check yourself, check your mind why you doing what you doing, and don't offer no vain oblation up to the Most High. Because you can be up in there all you want to. But the angels sit up there, they doing this right here. Oh, they checking everything, everybody. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, especially your mind. So you can be up in a Sabbath day, feast day, Passover, all that. He checking you, man. So your oblations are vain. They are nothing. Matter of fact, we're going to read, if you get throwing up that vain oblation, he's going to do something to you. Continue. Let's go read about, no, we still got a little bit. My bad. We're going back to Isaiah. We're going back to Isaiah to 65. Go back to Isaiah to 65, y'all. And it's going to take us a little bit long, you know what I'm saying, because I'm reading myself. But hey, y'all, hey, you got to tune out, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be on Facebook. It's going to be on YouTube. Go back and get these scripts. Get your ink pen and piece of paper. And if you say, Brother T, you messed up on it, then hey, check me. Check me. I'll talk to the Hebrew day. Hey, man, ain't nobody above correction. Nobody. Isaiah the 65. Yeah, that's where we going. Isaiah the 65. We're going to read verses 1 through 7. Hey, we finna read. You actually irritate the Most High with your prayers of uncleanness. When you unclean, you going before the Lord, that's irritating to him. We just read in the new book that these folk, they corrupt themselves even the things that they know. Let alone stuff that they don't know and talking about something they don't know nothing about. Ain't took the time out to read and or study it. But you, even the stuff you say you or claim you know, you corrupt yourself in that. Because you know how I know you corrupt yourself in that? See, even in the 10, the Most High was talking about the spirit of the law. You know how I know? He said, remember the Sabbath day, keep the Sabbath day. He said, but keep it holy. How are you keeping the Sabbath day holy? See, he gave you the spirit of the law and the letter of the law, even in the old book. He said, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. To keep it holy. So he was talking about the spirit even back then. Isaiah 65, verses 1 through 7, and I read. I am sought of them that asked not for me. I am found of them that sought me not. I said, behold me, unto a nation that was not called by my name. I have spread out my hands all the day unto a rebellious people, which walketh in the way that was not good, after their own thought. See, the Lord chose us. We didn't choose him. And he said, even after that, he said, mine held out my hands all day to a rebellious people. He doing this all the time. He doing this all the time. Come back to me. We like, I want to do what I want to do. I want to say it how I want to say it. I want to go over there and do this. I want to go over there and do that. But the Lord said, don't do that. Now I got to go do this. I want to do this. He said, I done held out my hands all day long to a rebellious people. A people that provoketh me to anger continually. Did you hear that? A people that provoketh me to anger continually to my face. Don't even do it in secret. Like I say, don't get off the roster. Supposed to be married, showing booty pictures of another chick that he ain't married to. You just provoked the Lord to his face, right there to his face. Ain't even trying to hide. Of people that provoking me to anger continually to my face, that sacrifice in the gardens and burn incense upon altars of brick, which remain among the graves, talking about them dead churches, and lodge in the monuments, which eat swine flesh and the broth and abominable things in their vessels. Now, there was a Sunday Christian right there. Oh, you can eat anything you want on, you can pray over. That ain't what that just said. Who lodge among the graves, them dead churches. And like we done read before in other lessons, if you got that scribe and Pharisee mindset, you like a grave that appear not. And you still making the people unclean. See? I so look forward to hearing you teach for the Shabbat. You are blessed with the knowledge and understanding. All praise to the Most High. All praise, my brother and my sister. I can't hardly tell who that is. Hey, all praise to the Most High God. Thank Him for His wisdom, His knowledge, and His understanding of these scriptures. And I consider it a privilege and an honor that I can come before my brothers and my sisters and share this knowledge that He's imparted to me. That I may be a blessing to you, that you may be a blessing to me as well. I talk to a lot of brothers, over the phone, over through email, about the lessons, about questions, and it helps me. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times they'll put, like my brother Shaul Yisrael up in North Click, he check me all the time. He be on me. And I love that brother. That brother, hey, but it's done out of love. It's done out of love. And me and that brother ain't never had a cross word. We communicate, through email and whatnot. That brother, hey, brother T, you say such. I be like, okay, yeah, I got to check that, man. Appreciate that, brother. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's all love, bro. And I can't really read the name. It says Trey J or Tay J. I'm sorry. Getting old, eyes bad, getting bad. But hey, all peace to the Most High. Verse 5, which say, stand by thyself, come not near me, for I am holier than thou. Listen what this says. These are smoke in my nose, a fire that burneth all the day. Hey, man, when you throwing up these vain oblations to the Most High, you irritating Him. You irritating to the Most High. He said, it's like a smoke in my nose that burning all the day. Mikael, Ben Yisrael, Shalom, Hebrew. He said, man, when you throwing up these vain oblations, he said, man, like a smoke in my nose. It's burning all day long. And when the Most High get irritated, I keep telling you, stuff get broke. People's heads get cracked. Finances get attacked. Bodies get attacked. He send them goons out at you. So if you know you will for sinning, if you know you done did dirt and ain't made it right, you better shut down. You understand what I'm saying? You better shut down and go get it right with whoever you need to go get it right with, even if it's yourself. Repent and get back in line and begin to walk circumspectly before the Most High. Because you keep irritating Him. You keep prodding the bull, so to speak. You wait. Hey, you done walked upon a dog that was sleeping, and hey, when he come up, man, not saying the Most High no dog, ain't gonna get me wrong, but keep irritating the Most High and see what happened to you. He said, you like a smoke in my nose that burneth all the day. Verse 6. Behold, it is written before me, I will not keep silence, but will recompense into their bosom your iniquities and the iniquities of your fathers together, said Yahweh, which have burned incense upon the mountains and blasphemed me upon the hills. Therefore, I will measure their former work. Did you hear that? He said he's going to measure even their former work because you done turned away back. He going to go back and he going to get those old things and he going to return the former work into their bosom. Most High ain't playing. He's going to get you, your kids, and I'm going to go back and remember your forefathers' former work, and I'm going to put that on you. Continue. Go to Amos. You hear me? Amos, the 5. Amos, the chapter the 5. And we're going to pick it up. We're going to pick it up at verse 21. And we're going to read verses 21 through 24. Amos, the 5. I think that's what I said. Yeah, Amos, the 5. And we're going to pick it up at verse 21. Look what the Most High said. Now, we read in that Jude about the feet. We're going to read a little bit more. I hate. You hear what the Most High said? He said, I hate. I despise your feast. I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. Now, the Sunday church don't have no solemn assembly. So who are you talking to? Matter of fact, when Amos wrote this, they was at the temple. He said, I despise your feast and your solemn assembly. Huh? 22. Though ye offer me burnt offerings, your meat offering, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard your peace offering of your fat beasts or your choice beasts. See, we're going to get into this word fat here in a little bit. You understand what I'm saying? One of my favorite scriptures too, bro. But we're going to get into this word fat here in a little bit. And all that word fat means, because you got a lot of Israelite teachers, man, you eating steak or whatever, lamb, you can't eat the fat. That ain't what he's talking about, because you look up the word fat in the Strong Concordance, it says the best, the choices of the meat, the best or the choicest parts. He said, so the best you got, I'm gonna read that again. He said, though ye offer me burnt offering and your meat offering, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offering of your fat or your choicest beast or the best beast you got. I ain't even want that. Take away from me the noise of thy song. So when you there on the Sabbath day, you clapping and praising the Lord and all that, and jumping up and down, and he ain't listening. He ain't listening. When you sing, oh, how it is, and keep the Sabbath day that, he ain't listening. Understand that. He said, take away from me the noise of thy song, for I will not hear the melody of thy vow. But let judgment, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. He said, but let judgment, the spirit of the law, the weightier matters of the law. Huh? Matter of fact, I tell you what, hold your spot right there. Go to Matthew the 12th. I'm gonna throw these two real quick in here. Go to Matthew the 12th. Because they think they up there on the feast day, the Sabbath day, everything all good, because you physically in the building. But let me show you something. Matthew the 12th. We're gonna read one verse 7. He said, now look what he said. Matthew 12, verse 7 said, but if ye had known what this meaneth, I will have mercy and not sacrifice. You would have not condemned the guiltless. For the Son of Man is Lord even of the Sabbath day. Matthew 23, real quick. Go back. Flip over to Matthew 23. Now, you heard what he said? If you have understood, you would have known that I want mercy and not sacrifice, right? Matthew 23 and 23, look what it says. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you pray tribute of mint and anise and cumin, and have omitted the weightier matters of the law, judgment, mercy, and faith. These ought ye to have done, and not leave the other undone. Did you hear that? He said, the judgment need to run down. Now go back to Amos. Go back to Amos 5. And I'm going to pick it back up. You hear me? I'm going to pick it back up at 24. Look at what it says here. But let judgment rain down as water, and righteousness as a mighty stream. Is that's all I want to do on that? Yeah. But hey, he said, hey, man, your feast day and all that, man, you can go and miss me with that. He told me over Isaiah, he said, man, you were smoking my nose. You irritating to me. It's a vain old blazing for nothing. Because you ain't got no mercy. You ain't got no judgment. You understand? You ain't got no righteousness. You ain't got no faith. He said, you need to let judgment rain down like water, and righteousness like a stream. Continue. Go to Hosea the 6th. Go to Hosea 6. Read one verse right there. Just a nail upon home. He was even talking about the spirit of law, even in the old book. Hosea the 6. We're going to read one verse. Hosea 6:6. He said, for I desire mercy. This is where the Most High got it from. He gave it to Hosea. He said, for I have desired mercy and not sacrifice, and the knowledge of the Most High more than burnt off. Hey, man, you ain't got no knowledge of the Most High, how he wants you to work. The knowledge of the knowledge of mercy and faith, man. You showing up on the Sabbath day and feast days ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. What you doing is for nothing. Read that again. For I have desired mercy and not sacrifice, and the knowledge of the Most High power more than burnt off. See that? He said, but they, like men, have been transgressed the covenant that they have left and dealt treacherously against me. Huh? You done dealt treacherously with the wife of your youth, partner. Transgressed the covenant. You done dealt treacherously with your brother and your sister. You done broke the covenant. Huh? You done removed brothers from the ministry. You done dealt treacherously against the covenant. Continue. So look at it. Look at some of these strange offerings, or what the book calls strange fire, strange incense. What he considers that to be according to the holy word. Strange incense or strange fire. Let's go to Exodus. Huh? Let's go to Exodus, the 30. Because these two brothers thought the Most High was playing. Because he told them to do something a certain way and they didn't do it. And look, we can't get into all of this as far as the temple and how to order everything. We got lessons on the channel, on the YouTube channel, about different workings of the sanctuary, the tabernacle, and everything, and what things meant. We're gonna do another lesson because it's impossible to do everything that is in the tabernacle and what it means and how it relates to us today, and how it relates to the nation today. But you can just believe everything in the tabernacle and dealing with around the tabernacle had to do with the Most High God, his son, Yeshua HaMashiach, or Jesus the Christ, and how we ought to be gathered around him and how we ought to deal with him. But we're going to just touch on a few little things here and there, and we're going to be coming with some more lessons on their tabernacle. We got one up there now. We got two up there now. Go back and look at one of them is the Jesus and the kingdom seen in the tabernacle, and the other one is the oil that burns continually is the word of God. You can go back and look at those on YouTube. All right. But we're going to pick this up in Exodus 30. Exodus 30. We're going to read verse 1. And then we're going to do a little skipping because, hey, and it's going to refer us back to that Psalm 141. But check it out, though. It says, and thou shalt make an altar to burn incense upon. Now, you can go into Exodus 20, and it's talking about how you ought to build an altar too. And you can't build it with your own mind. You got to do it the way the Most High tell you to do. And we ain't gonna get into how they built the altar incident, but he said all the sacrifices of the prayers of the saints is like incense to him. He said, but look, read that again. He said, thou shalt make an altar to burn incense upon of shittim wood. Thou shalt make it. Now, skip down to verse 6. We're going to read verses 6 through 9. It says, and thou shalt put it before the veil that is by the ark of the testimony, before the mercy seat that is over the testimony, where I will meet you. Now, listen to this, brothers and sisters. He said, this altar of incense, you're going to put it before the veil. The altar incense was in the holy place. The ark of the testimony was in the most holy place. You see what I'm saying? Now, check this out. You're going to put this altar before the ark where he said he going to meet you at. So you finna go deal with the Most High God Your prayers are like incense unto him. So before you go to him, you better be right. Your garments better be clean. Your mind, your heart better be clean. We finna read some stuff now. Keep that in mind. He said, verse 7. Verse 7. And Aaron. Now, Aaron, who is Aaron? Aaron is the high priest. Now, you finna go to Jesus or Yeshua, and you finna send your prayers to him so he can take them to the Father. Aaron is a representative or is a type of Christ. Now, you finna go before the high priest in your prayer, and you finna go to him dirty. You finna go to him unclean. You finna go to him with aught against your brother, your sister. Come on now. Understand what y'all read, Israel. And Aaron shall burn their own sweet incense every morning. Why you ain't in communication with your God every day? Huh? He before the Father at all times. You need to be before him as much as you can. I know I do. I'm sorry. I'm the sorriest person I know. I know what's wrong with me. It's just like you know what's wrong with you. He said, and Aaron shall burn them every morning. When he dresses the lamps, he shall burn incense upon it. We'll make sure I don't go playing us by. And Aaron, and when Aaron lighteth the lamps at even, wait a minute, he making sure they burning every morning. And every evening mean the next day they start. These lamps are burning continually. Huh? And Aaron lighted the lamp at even, he shall burn incense upon it. A perpetual incense before the Most High throughout all your generations. A perpetual means ongoing, never stop. We ought to always be talking to our Creator. We ought to always be meditating on his word. We ought to always be looking to do something for the kingdom. Huh? For a perpetual. Those incenses are supposed to be going up all the time. But if you got vain oblation, ain't no need of you doing it, because all you doing is making a smoke in the Most High know. This is what he's trying to teach us. Even in the law, even in the Torah, the covenant, he trying to teach you these things. Been trying to teach you these things. But if for a lot of it, if right, go past it like a bullet. Verse 8. And Aaron, did I already read that? Oh, and when Aaron lighted the lamps at even, he shall burn incense upon it, a perpetual incense before the Most High throughout all your generations. Verse 9. Ye shall offer no strange incense thereon, nor burnt sacrifice, nor meat offering. Neither shall ye pour drink offering thereon. You know why? And we ain't got time to go back into this. First thing he said, don't offer no strange incense on his altar. But then he even went further, going back to what you're supposed to been doing on the slaughter altar, even before you get into the holy place. Because the meat offering and the burnt offering was done outside of the sanctuary or outside of the holy place. So you're supposed to kill all that before you even come to the Most High. And then when you come to the Most High, you bet not offer up no strange incense or no strange fire. You better have yourself together and your words together before you approach this guy. Understand what you're reading, because we're going to make it clear here in a little bit as we go on down through this lesson. Skip down to verse, all the way down to verse 34 for the sake of time. We're going to read 34 through 36. Look what it says. And Yahweh said unto Moses, take unto these sweet spices, stacte, and ochina, and gabanum, these sweet spices with pure frankincense of each shall thee of a like weight. So, hey, even the thing that you ask the Lord, it's got to be a balance to it. He said it got to be a light weight. It's got to be, it can't be up here and down. It's got to be a light weight. So when you bringing these requests and these oblations to the Lord, it better be across the board right. He said of light weight. This they shall give everyone that passes among that are, no, I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong spot. Verse 35, y'all, I'm getting excited. And thou shalt make it a perfume, a confection after the art of the apothecary, tempered together with pure and holy. Huh? So when you go before him, your prayer better be pure and holy. And thou shalt beat of it very small, and put of it before the testimony, before the law. So you better weigh your prayers against the law. In the tabernacle of the congregation, where I will meet with thee, and it shall be unto you most holy. Hey, you better make sure you're right. You better make sure your words is right. When you open up these oblations unto the Lord. Oh, yeah. Verse 30, we read down to verse 36. Oh, that was it on that. That was it on that. But hey, did you catch that in that verse? Did you catch that in that verse? Where it was talking about the making it real small and big. Go back to 141 and 2. Go back to 141 and 2. Psalms of 141. Psalms of 141. I want to make sure I nail this point home. Psalms of 141. And we're going to go back to verse 2. You're going to read verse 2. Look what it's saying. Let my prayer be set forth before thee as incense, and the lifting up of my hands as the evening sacrifice. So, hey, your prayers better be right. They better be balanced. You better be right. You understand what I'm saying? Before you go before the Most High. Now, let's go look at something else. Go to Leviticus the 10. I hope y'all get some understanding thus far. Hope y'all get some understanding thus far. Leviticus the 10. We're just going to read 3 verses. We're going to read verses 1 through 3 because we must sacrifice to the Most High as he command and not according to what's in our mind or how we want to do stuff. We got to come. When we sacrifice to the Most High, you better do it the way he told you to do it. Just like he just gave specific instructions about the incense that had to be made up. See, these are bigger picture things that a lot of these Israelites kept. They still tripping on that letter about the fat and all that. Bro, that ain't what he's talking about. That ain't what he's talking about. You talking about fat meat, and that word fat ain't like the word fat that we use. It means the best of, the choices of. You worry about eating some fat meat. You eat hamburger meat, you eating fat. Because all the ground, I know you didn't eat hamburger. I know you didn't eat a hot dog. It ain't got nothing but fat in it. So if that's the case, you ain't getting in the kingdom if that's what you tripping on, according to your word. Come on, man. Time to level up in Israel. Leviticus 10. We're going to read verses 1 through 3, and I'll read. And Nadab and Abihu, the sons of Aaron, took either of them his censer and put fire therein, and put incense thereon, and offered strange fire before the Most High, which he commanded them not. And there went out a fire from the Lord and devoured them, and they died before the Lord. And Moshe said to Aaron, this is that the Most High spake, saying, I will be sanctified in them that come nigh to me, and before all the people I will be glorified. and Aaron held his feet. Did you see that? They didn't do it in order, and they got lit up. They didn't do it right and got killed. You keep irritating the Most High, and He gonna get you. He said, I'm gonna be sanctified and glorified in this thing. You understand? And if you don't come before Him right, if your garment's dirty, if that thing ain't in balance, you ain't got no just weights, if you ain't beat yourself down and wrung yourself through the ring of spiritually and mentally, and you go before the Most High wrong, don't get mad when stuff has started happening. Don't look puzzled when stuff started happening. Continue. Go to Leviticus the 16. You in Leviticus 10. Flip right on over. Flip right on over. Leviticus the 16. And we're going to pick it up. We're going to pick it up at verse 1. We're going to read verses 1 through 4. Then we're going to skip down. You hear me? To verse 11. Because, hey, we got to be clean and properly attired when we approach the Most High. Hey, look at this right here. This doing the Day of Atonement. Remember, he said, we read all about the solemn assembly and the feast and all that. This on the Day of Atonement. Look how this brother got the color. And the Lord spake unto Moshe after the death of his two sons, after the two sons of Aaron, when they offered before the Lord and died. And the Most High said unto Moses, speak unto Aaron thy brother, that he come not at all times into the holy place, within the veil, before the mercy seat which is upon the ark, that he die not, for I will appear in a cloud upon the mercy seat. Huh? Where we at? Going down to verse 4. Thus shall Aaron come into the holy place with a young bullock for a sin offering and a ram for a burnt offering. So even before he gets to the altar of incense, he got to go to the brazen altar. Again, brass meaning judgment. He got to go to the brazen altar and he got to kill this ram and his bullock. But look how he got to kill it. He should put the holy linen coat. He should put on the holy linen coat. That were them righteous garments. You had better be white and clean. Then he say, hey, put on the whole armor of God. He say, put on the helmet of salvation, the breastplate of righteousness, have your loins girded about with the truth, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Huh? Same thing he telling you in the old book, he told you in the new book. You just ain't got no understanding, but all praise and glory honor to the Most High God, the Most High power, that tonight we get some understanding. And the Most High said unto Moshe, speaking to Aaron thy brother, that he come not all times into the holy place, within the veil before the mercy seat, which is upon the ark, that he die not. For I will appear in the cloud upon the mercy seat. Thus shall Aaron come into the holy place with a young bullock for a sin offering and a ram for a burnt offering. He shall put on the holy linen coat, and he shall have the linen breeches upon his flesh, and he shall be girded with the linen girdle. And he's girded about with the truth. And with the linen mitre shall he be attired. And mitre represents that helmet of salvation. These are the holy garments. Therefore shall he wash his flesh in water. And so put the what? Hey, wash by the water. Hey, this the word. You got to wash with the water of the word. He said, you're going to wash all his flesh with water. Even before he put the linen garments on, he got to wash. He got to make himself clean before you go to the Most High. You wondering why your prayers ain't getting answered. You ain't right before you go before. don't care, man. Look, I sit up, man. I'll sit up, man, and be looking like I'm looking out in space. I'm inventorying myself. I'm going back over my day. I'm meditating on the word. Oh, man, you got to show that up, bro. You messed up on that right there. You got a little loose with your talking on that right there. Man, you got a little too angry on that right there. Man, look, I'm like, oh, crap. Man, I better get this right. Huh? Ain't that nothing slide. Lord, forgive me on that. I messed up on that. Hey, man, Lord, what can I do for the kingdom today? What? Did I do this right? Did I do that? Hey, inventory, examine yourself. Wash you, make you clean. Before you go before the Most High. So you won't be throwing up a vain oblation. Skip down to verse, we're still in that 16. Skip down to verse 11. Check this out. And Aaron shall bring the bullock of the sin offering, which is for himself, and shall make an atonement for himself and for his house. And he shall kill the bullock of the sin offering, which is for himself. And he shall take a censer full of burning coal. This is what these brothers didn't do right. And he shall take a censer full. See, they put fire in the censer. But you're going to take the coals off the altar. And he shall take a censer full of burning coals of the fire from off the altar before the Lord. Huh? And his hands full of sweet incense, beaten small, and bring it within the veil. So he's outside the veil. Now he's inside the veil. And he shall put incense upon the fire before the Lord, and a cloud of the incense may cover the mercy seat that is upon the testimony that he died. See, hey man, you got to come right. It's a process. It's steps. It's order to this thing. Just like the whole sanctuary, it was order. Certain ways you had to go. Certain ways you had to go. Hey, bro, the door. Then you had to come in, the brazen altar. And after you left the brazen altar, then you had the wash spot. You had the basin there to wash. Even before you went into the holy place, man. Then you had the incense. Then you had the most holy place, man. It was order. It was processes, ordinances that you had to go through. And he was trying to teach us, hey, before you come before me, there's a whole lot of stuff you want to do. You want to kill yourself for one. Meaning kill this right here. You got to kill yourself for one before you even come into the holy place, let alone the most holy place before the mercy seat, which is the representative of the throne of God. You got to kill this. "13. And he shall put the incense upon the fire before the Lord, that the cloud of the incense that it may cover the mercy seat that is upon the testimony that he died not. And he shall take of the blood of the bullock and sprinkle it with his finger upon the mercy seat eastward. And before the mercy seat shall he sprinkle the blood with his finger 7 times. Why 7 times? Completeness. He done sprinkled that blood. He done shed his blood for every generation that's ever been born, ever will be born. Yeshua that spills his blood for the 7,000 years of the 7 days for every generation that have never been born or will be born. Huh? Where we at? That was it on that. Let's go to Sirach or Ecclesiasticus. You hear me? Keep yourself clean. We got to keep ourselves clean. We're gonna read verses. We're gonna go to Sirach, the 34. You hear me? Sirach the 34. We're gonna pick it up at verse 18. We're gonna read 18 through 19, then we're gonna skip. Because hey, it's all about keeping yourself clean. And we're gonna read a little bit more later on about these sacrifices. Sirach the 34, verse 18, and I read. He that sacrifices of a thing wrongfully gotten, his offering is ridiculous. And the gifts of the unjust men are not accepted. The Most High is not pleased with the offering of the wicked, neither is he pacified for by the multitude of sacrifice, for sin by the I'm sorry, let me read that again. Neither is he pacified for sin by the multitude. You can be up there every Saturday, every high day. You can be out there doing whatever. He said, man, he ain't pleased with the sacrifices of the wicked. We read up there earlier in the Proverbs, the prayers of a man to turn away from keeping law is an abomination. The prayers of the wicked are an abomination. And I got to say this right here. Now, you just read that in what they call the so-called apocrypha, in an Ecclesiasticus. It's saying the same thing it's saying in Proverbs. So once again, I'm going to ask you a question. How are we teaching another doctrine? Just food for thought. Skip down. We're going to skip down and pick it up at 25. Look what it says. He that washes himself after touching of a dead body, if he touches it again, what availeth his washing? So you jokers dealing with them unclean spirits, or dealing with them scribes and them Pharisees with them unclean spirits, dealing with them graves. If you keep going back up dealing with them Sabbath after Sabbath, what profit did it do to you to wash yourself and make you clean if you're going to go touch it willingly again? Huh? Because he told us over there in Luke, things 11, yeah. He said, hey, man, you scribes and Pharisees, you like graves that appear not. And they tell you over there in Numbers, if you touch a grave, then you unclean. So you dealing with an unclean person with unclean spirit, and you dealing with them and slapping hands and fellowshipping with them, and they in your feet, they making you unclean. Now, I'm going to read it again. He that washes himself, cleaning out your mind, he that washes himself after touching a dead body, if he touches it again, what availeth his washing? So if you get something out of your head through the washing of the water by the word, and then you go back and go do it will for sin again, what good did it do you to learn it? See, the manifold wisdom of God is too, it got you boxed in. You can't go nowhere. Either you're going to do it or you ain't. Either you're going to go right or you're going to go left. (26) So it is with a man that fasts for his sin. They're going to Solomon sin again. You fasted. It says, so it is with a man that fasted for his sin and goeth again and doeth the same, who will hear his prayer. He ain't listening. I keep telling you. He is not listening to you. He said, who is he that will hear his prayer? Or what doeth his humbling prophet? It's vain. It's for nothing. Your fast and your prayer ain't hitting on jack. He said, what profit did you gain from this when you go back and do the same thing or fellowship with the same people over and over again? It availeth you nothing. We read straight book. Now, if I'm wrong, well, show me where I'm wrong then. Vain oblations. And you doing it repeatedly, over and over and over. And he just ain't reached out and touched you yet. But when he do, we're going to read what's going to happen. Continue. Sirach, but we in Sirach 34, flip back. You hear me? Flip back to Ecclesiasticus or Sirach the 7th. Huh? Sirach the 7th. And we're going to pick it up. We're going to pick it up at verse 6, brothers and sisters. We're going to read 6 through 10, then we're going to skip down. We're going to skip down. Sirach the 7th, verse 6, and I read. Seek not to be judged, being not able to take away iniquity, lest at any time thou fear the person of the mighty, and lay a stumbling block in the way of upright. See, I'm trying to tell you, you're being a stumbling block. He said, hey, man, you put a stumbling block in the way of uprightness. See, man, you can't teach over no more, man, because you're teaching the Father. You reading that? Offend not against the multitude of the city, and then thou shalt not cast thyself down among the people. So you done put the misuse and abuse on everybody, on a whole lot of folks. So guess what? When you fall amongst them, don't look for no pity. It's just like you done tail bad and backbite on all these folks of all the years, and then you done fell down in front. What do you think you're gonna happen? You're gonna get monkey stomped. You're gonna get monkey stomped. Verse 8. Bind not one sin upon another. That is, sin touching sin, blood touching blood. For in one thou shalt not be in punishment. He said, don't bind once, don't keep this piling up sin, because for one of those sins, you ain't gonna be forgiven. We'll read that again. It said, bind not one sin upon another. For in one thou shalt not be unpunished. Say not, God or the Most High will look upon the multitude of my oblations. Look what he's saying. Say not, the Most High will look upon the multitude of my oblations. And when I offer to the Most High God, he will accept it. He said, don't say that. It's because you up in there every Saturday praising the Lord. He said, I ain't going to hear the melody of your vibe. You over there playing the keyboard or you beating the drum, say, I'm praising the Lord. He said, I ain't listening. He said, away with your feast. Away with your melody and your vibe. Just because you're doing it a lot don't mean nothing. Bind not one sin upon another. For in one thou shalt not be unpunished. Say not, God will look upon the multitude of my oblations. And when I offer to the Most High God, he will accept it. Be not faint-hearted when thou makest thy prayer, and neglect not to give on. So, hey, man, the only way you're going to get your prayer heard, you got to be upright, and you got to be doing right. Let's skip down to verse 16. We're going to skip down. We're still in Sirach the 7. We're going to skip down. We're going to read verses 16 and 17. Look what it says. Number not thyself among the multitude of sinners. I got out. I didn't want to count myself with that number. The office is corrupt. Not the camp, but the one that's running the camp is corrupt. The office is corrupt. Number not thyself among the multitude of sinners, but remember that wrath will not tarry long. Humble thy soul greatly, for the vengeance of the ungodly is fire and worms. Is fire and worms. You got a date with the snake in the lake. So he said, don't number yourself with the ungodly, man. Because see, like I was telling the brother Dash, man, you got to understand something, bro. The ones that sitting idly by and ain't doing nothing, man. That's called collusion. When you know something wrong and you just sitting there and taking it and ain't saying and doing nothing. That's called collusion. You know something going on. You know something wrong and you ain't doing it. Just well, ain't nothing. Like the Negro told me when I addressed him and the other elder when I was telling them about all the wrong, and all they respond to me, well, they go on in every church. Huh? That's your answer to the wrong that you doing and wrong that everybody else doing a bit? That's your answer? They go on in every class, every camp, every church. That's your answer. And you the head. Both of y'all the head in the class. Number not thyself among the multitude of sinners. Let's go to the new book. John 9:31. Real quick. John 9:31. Huh? I'm going to read something real quick. Just one verse. John chapter 9. Verse 31. Look what it say. John 9:31. Look at what it say. Now we know that Yahweh heareth not sinners, but if any man be a worshiper of the Most High, doth his and doeth his will, him he heareth. For we know that God heareth not sinners. Excuse me. Now we just read over in Sirach, don't be numbered with a multitude of sinners. So if you number with him, guess what? He said, I ain't listening. But what? I ain't hear that. Huh? Line upon line, precept upon precept. Here a little, there a little. What the book say, radio. Order Michael deck, second of the Nazarene. We give it to you uncut and raw. Huh? Proverbs the 11. You hear me? Proverbs the 11. And we're going to pick it up. We're going to read verse 2, then we're going to skip all the way down to 19. Proverbs the 11. Check it out. He said, when pride comes, then cometh shame. But with the lowly is wit. Did you hear that? When pride cometh. So get ready. If it ain't happened to you yet, it's going to happen, because the word of God cannot return void. It's going to accomplish that thing which he sent it, and it's going to prosper in that thing which he pleases. When pride comes, then cometh shame. But with the lowly is wisdom. Skip down. Verse 19, look what it says. It said, as righteousness tendeth to life, so he that pursueth evil pursueth his own death. They that are of a forward mind or forward heart are an abomination unto the Most High. But such as are upright in their way are his delight. Though hand join in hand. Now I'm referring you back to what you just read in Sirach about being numbered with the sinners. That's why I'm putting it like I'm putting it. He said, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished. We read that in that Sirach. But the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. There it is again. Sirach saying the same thing, Proverbs saying. So what a different doctrine that. You heard what it said in Sirach, don't be numbered with the sinner. He said, hey, don't be dragging hands with these jokers, agreeing with them becoming unclean, and you can strike hands with them just with your mouth by being in agreement with them. Huh? Shaking your head and being a yes man and nodding and going along with everything they say and do. You in collusion. See, the Most High don't leave no outs. Ain't no shorts to this game. Either you gonna do it or you ain't gonna do it. Or you gonna do it, you just gonna do it outside the kingdom. You hear me? Continue. Let's go to the law and see what the Most High showed us about the sacrifices and prayers and how we should offer up to him our best. Let's go back to Leviticus. switch gears a little bit. Go back to Leviticus. We're going to get back into this, how we ought to be, and how he showed us even then, back then in the law, about keeping the spirit of the law. Because we already read how we ought to be dressed, attired, and washed and clean before we read that, right? Talking about the outer man. You hear me? We're going to get into this inner man. Leviticus the 17th. Leviticus the 17th. And we're going to pick it up. Because, hey, we got to communicate always with our high priest. And we got to give him our best. We're going to get into this word fat a little bit. We got to give him our best at all times. Leviticus the 17, verses 1 through 6, and I'll read. And the Most High spake unto Moshe, saying, speak unto Aaron and say, and unto his sons, and unto all the children of Israel, and say unto them, this is a thing which the Lord hath commanded, saying, what man soever there be of the house of Israel that killeth an ox or a lamb or a goat in the camp, or killeth it out of the camp. Are you listening? Within or without? Spiritual or physical? In your mind or with your hands? And bringeth it not unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation to offer an offering unto the Most High before the tabernacle of the Lord, blood shall be imputed unto that man. Blood shall be imputed unto you. Head cracking coming. Pestilence coming. Disease is coming. Finances trouble coming. Blood shall be imputed unto that man. He has shed blood, and that man shall be cut off from among his people. We read over there about Cain, that spirit of Cain. We've been talking about that over the last several months. You got that spirit of murder on you. Then he say, you're going to be rooted up, you twice dead, plucked up by the roots. And the fire and the worm, we read on that Sirach, about the fire and the worm. Huh? This real talk up in here. Verse 5. To the end that the children of Israel may bring their sacrifices, which they offer in the open field, either they may bring them unto the Most High, unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, unto the priest. You got to bring your pad. You got to go through the Messiah. Unto the priest, and offer them for a peace offering unto the Most High. And the priest shall sprinkle the blood upon the altar of the Lord at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and burn the fat. Huh? And burn the fat. Gonna look that word fat up. Let's go. That's what I want to get to. Let's go to the Strong Concordance. Huh? Strong Concordance. And we're gonna go read about this word fat. And the word fat in the Strong Concordance is H2459. And that means the choicest, best part, abundance of products. All right. And you can go on down. Another definition says it is the Hebrew word kaleb or kaleb, from an unused root meaning to be fat, whether literally or figuratively, hence the richest or choicest part. It ain't got to do like the one Jake down here, think he knows something. It ain't got to do no fat meat or no beef. He said you got to offer the best parts of you. When you bring the sacrifice, it's got to be your best. And you got to get rid of anything and everything that ain't the best. In you, outside of you, if you dealing with unclean people, get away from them. If you unclean, clean yourself up. Wash you, make you clean. Continue. Verse 6. And the priest shall sprinkle the blood upon the altar of the Lord at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and burn the fat for a sweet smelling savor unto the Lord. So when you purging yourself, when you cleaning yourself up, that's sweet. That's a sweet savor unto the Most High. When you cleaning yourself up, purging yourself, washing yourself with this word, that's sweet unto the Lord. Exodus, flip back. Exodus to 29. Exodus to 29. We're going to do a little skip. Because main thing I want to get out of this is about how we ought to consider everything about us as nothing. There shouldn't be nothing about you physically, spiritually, financially that you can't walk away from in a minute if it's going to keep you from the Most High. If you got anything or anybody in your life that you can't walk away from, if it's keeping you from growing in grace and growing in the knowledge of the Most High, something wrong. Something wrong. You ain't ready. You ain't there yet. Because we know that this system, this Babylonian system, is going to be burned up. And when it's time to move, you better be ready to move. When the Most High tell you to do something, you better be ready to do. Even within yourself, if it's things in you, then like we're going to read, if it's things in you, you better get rid of. You better get rid of. Where we at? Exodus to 29. We're going to read verse 1, then we're going to do a little skip. We're going to skip down to verse 4. We're going to do a little bit more skip after that. But we're going to read the verse 1 just to get the understanding of the text. It says, and this is the thing that thou shalt do unto them that to hallow them. It's talking about consecrating the priest. To hallow them, to minister unto me in the priest office. Then he said he's going to make us a nation of priests. So if you're going to be a priest unto the Lord, you better clean yourself up. You better get some stuff right. He said, this is the thing that thou shalt do unto them, to hallow them, to minister unto me in the priest office, to take one young bullock and 2 rams without blemish. Now look how he's going to chop them up. Skip down to verse 4. Then I'm going somewhere with this. Verse 4, it said, and Aaron and his sons thou shalt bring unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and shall wash them with water. Again, you got to clean yourself up. And thou shalt take the garments and put upon Aaron the coat and the robe and the ephod and the breastplate, and gird him with the curious girdle of the ephod. And thou shalt put the mitre upon his head, and put the holy crown upon the mitre. See, now you got your priestly and your kingly garments on. Now you can go boldly before the throne of grace. But if you ain't attired out like this, you better check yourself. You better watch yourself before you go before the Most High unworthily. Where we at? We're going to do 6. Okay? We're going to skip down for the sake of time. Y'all going to skip down to verse 11. And listen to this now. And thou shalt kill the bullock before the Lord by the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And thou shalt take of the blood of the bullock, and put it upon the horns of the altar. Now, this is the brazen altar. You killing yourself before the Lord because you done seen that in judgment is nothing good in you. This is at the brazen altar. And you're going to put the blood on the horn, the 4 corners of the altar, the horn being representative of power. Huh? Horn represent power in the scripture. The horn being representative of power, you're going to put yourself under the power and authority of the one who got feet like brass. Huh? Who said, don't judge the whole world. See, Brad, again, representative judge. He said, thou shalt take the blood of the bullock and put it upon the horns of the altar with thy finger, and pour the blood and pour all the blood beside the bottom of the altar. None of me and all of the Most High. And thou shalt take of all the fat, the best of, that covered the inwards, and the caul that is above the liver, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, and burn them upon the altar. Everything inside of you up here, it ain't no good, burn it up. And the flesh of the bullock, and the skin, and his dung, everything about you that ain't worth nothing, like I said, it shouldn't be nothing that you should not be willing to give up to follow the Most High. None you should be ready, not be ready to do away with in your mind, in your personality, that's going to keep you from the Most High. You should be willing to get rid of and burn it up. We're going to bring it home in a minute. We're going to do 18. It says, and thou, I'm in verse 15. No, I'm sorry, verse 14. But the flesh of the bullock and his skin and his dung thou shalt burn with fire without the camp. So all that stuff is unclean. Like the dung and the skin, you don't burn it at the door of the tabernacle. You get rid of that before you even come into the camp. Huh? It is sin. It is a sin off. See, all that unclean stuff, you burning it up, that's a sin off. Thou shalt also take 1 ram, and Aaron and his sons shall put their hands upon the head of the ram. Why? Because they transferring the sin from the people to the ram that you finna kill. Now you done transfer the sin, now you finna kill it. Huh? And Aaron and his sons shall put their hands upon the head of the ram, and thou shalt slay the ram, and thou shalt take his blood and sprinkle around about upon the altar. And make sure, yeah. And round about the altar, and thou shalt cut, and then listen to this, and thou shalt cut the ram in pieces, and wash the inside of him, and his leg, be shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace, and put them unto pieces, and unto his head. You hear that? And thou shalt burn the whole ram upon the altar. It is a burnt offering unto the Lord. It is a sweet savor and an offering made by fire unto the Lord. When you do that, when you kill yourself daily, killing this flesh, this carnal mind state, that's sweet unto the Lord. We finna read. We finna read, make it clear, so y'all don't think I'm just saying anything. But hey, even in that, even in the law, he was showing you about the spirit of the law and keeping yourself clean on the inside. But let's go and make it clear. Let's go to Matthew the 5. So y'all won't say I'm making up stuff. Matthew the 5. Matthew the 5. Go to the new book. To the law and to the testimony. They speak not according to these words. It is because there is no light in them. Matthew the 5. It should be nothing that we should not be willing to give up or leave, that we may be a pleasure to the Most High. Matthew 5 and 22. Look what it says. We're going to read 24 then we're going to read skip down to 29. Because if it keeps us from approaching the Lord in pureness and rightness, we need to get rid of it. Matthew 5 and 22, and I read. But I say unto you, whosoever is angry with his brother, without a cause, is in danger of the judge. And whosoever shall say to his brother, Raka, shall be in danger of the council. But whosoever shall say, thou fool, shall be in danger of hell fire. 23. Therefore, if thou bring thy gift to the altar, and there remember that thy brother hath aught against thee, leave there thy gift before the altar and go thy way. First be reconciled to thy brother. first be reconciled to thy brother, and then come and offer thy gift. Did you hear that? See, I don't need to offer up no sacrifice if you ain't cleaned it up yet. Skip down to verse 29. We're going to read 29 30. Now look, this is what all this cutting off on the inside and offering the best stuff. This is what all this tied back into. 29. And if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out and cast it from thee. For if it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not thy whole body should be cast into hell. And if thy right hand offend thee, cut it off and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. Did you see that? Did you see that? Do it make sense to you? All praise. All praise. We got a few more, and we're going to be out of here. Hebrews the 10. Hebrews the 10. And we're going to pick it up at verse 16. Hebrews the 10 and verse 16. We're going to read verses 16 through 22, and I read. This is the covenant that I will make with them after those days, said the Most High. I will put my laws in their hearts, meaning their mind, and in their minds will I write them. And their sins and their iniquities will I remember no more. Now, where remission of these is, there is no more offering for sin. See, hey, so once he put these laws in your mind, and you go back on them, and you willfully transgress the law, he said, now where remission of these is, there is no more offering for sin. Now you reading book now, verse 19. Having therefore, brethren, boldness to enter into the holiest by the blood of Yeshua or Jesus. Now when you start praying, you enter into the holiest of holies. The holiest of holies is the third heaven where the Son and the Father reside. By a new and living way, not by the killing of lamb, which he has consecrated for us through the veil. Remember the veil that was in front of the most holy place? But I mean, that is to say, his flesh, he the sacrifice. Even the veil represent his flesh that gave us entry back to the Father through him. And having a high priest over the house of God, let us draw near with a true heart in full assurance of faith, having our hearts, meaning our mind, sprinkled from an evil conscience and our bodies washed with pure water. Let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering, for he is faithful. That promise. Continue. Go to Jeremiah the 4. Jeremiah the 4. All praises to the Most High God. Jeremiah the 4. Go back to the old book real quick, y'all. We got a few more, then we out of here. Jeremiah the 4. We're going to read one verse. Verse 14 said, O Jerusalem, wash thine heart from wickedness, that thou mayest be saved. How long shall thy vain thoughts, your vain oblations, lie lodge within thee? Did you hear that? Read it again. O Jerusalem, wash thine heart from wickedness, that thou mayest be saved. How long shall thy vain thoughts lodge within thee? Go back to the new book. We flying through them now. Romans the 12. Huh? Romans the 12. We're going to get out of here. Romans the 12. Romans the 12. We're going to read two verses here. Verses 1 and 2. I beseech ye therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. It only makes sense for you to do this. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of your house. Continue. Go to Job. I ain't got to elaborate on these. We didn't get enough elaborate. It ought to make perfect sense to you now. It ought to make perfect sense to you now. What we talking about? Job 11. You hear? Job 11. Job 11. And we're going to pick it up. We're going to read, going to do a little reading. Because he know when you vain. He know a vain person or the one that's offering up to the Most High, why he unclean. He know you. Job 11, and we're going to read verses 2 through 15. Look at what it says. Should not the multitude of words be answered? Because just because you flopping off at the jaw all the time don't mean he going to answer. Because he know you vain. He said, and should a man full of talk be justified? Should thy lies make men hold their peace? No. And when thou mockest, shall no man make thee ashamed? Or when pride cometh, then shame comes. For thou hast said, my doctrine is pure. Oh, my doctrine is pure. I wonder where I heard that from. And I am clean in thine eyes. But oh, that God would speak and open his lips against thee. And that he would show thee the secrets of wisdom, that they are double to that which is. See, everything you think you know, you don't know. Know therefore that the Most High exacted of thee less than thy iniquity deserve. He ain't punish you according to your way, like he need to, or like he don't. Huh? Cast out by searching, cast thou by searching, find out God. Canst thou find out the Almighty unto perfection? It is as high as heaven. What canst thou do? Deeper than hell. What canst thou know? The measure thereof is longer than the earth and broader than the sea. If he cut off and shut up or gather together, then who can hinder him? For he knoweth vain mean. For he knoweth vain mean. I'm going to say it again. For he knoweth vain mean. He seeth wickedness also. Will he not then consider it? For vain man would be wise, though man be born like as a wild ass's coat. If thou prepare thine heart and stretch out thy hands toward him, if iniquity be in thy hand, put it far away from thee, and let not wickedness dwell in thy tabernacle. Now, we've been reading about the tabernacle the whole time, but we know this is a tabernacle, our body, our mind. He said, present your body as a living sacrifice. Well, you got to have a tabernacle to sacrifice. Huh? "15. For then shalt thou lift up thy face without spot. Yeah, thou shalt be steadfast and shall not fear. But if thou forget thy misery and remember there's the waters that pass away, and thine age shall be clearer than the noonday, thou shalt shine forth, thou shalt be as the morn." Go to the next place. Psalm 26. We rolling right through it. Y'all go back and study these scripts. I'm trying to keep it. I know I'm running over my time, so I'm trying to go through these things. Go back and study these scripts, make you some notes. Psalm 26, verse 1. Judge me, O Lord, for I have walked in mine integrity. I have trusted also in the Most High. Therefore, I shall not slide. Examine me, O Most High, and prove me, and try the reins of my heart. For thy loving kindness is before mine eyes, and I walk in thy truth. I am not set with vain persons, and I ain't going to sit with you either. I am not set with vain persons, neither will I go in with dissemblers or lies. I've hated the congregation of evil. Let me read that again. I have hated the congregation of evildoers, and I will not sit with the wicked. Did we read that over there, Sirah? Huh? And I will not sit with the wicked. I will wash my hands in innocency, so I will compass thine altar, O Lord. Did you hear that? I'm going to wash my hands and I can approach his altar. I'm going to be innocent from sitting around evildoers. Huh? I ain't striking hand. I ain't getting in agreement with your partner. You wrong and you know you're wrong. But he don't get you. Vain oblations. Revelations. You hear me? Revelations to 5. Revelations to 5. We're going to pick it up. We're going to pick it up at verse 6. We're going to read verses 6 through 8. Just another precept. Y'all want to say T Boogie went off from deep in. Revelation 5, verse 6, and I will read. And I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne, of the four beasts, and in the midst of the elders stood a lamb, Jesus, or Yeshua, and it had been slain, having the 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of God sent forth into all the earth. And he came and took the book out of the right hand of him that sat upon the throne. And when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb, having every one of them harps and golden vials, talking about them censers, full of odors, which are the prayers of the saints. And they sung a new song, saying, "Thou art worthy to take the book." I'm sorry, that's a hard one. I don't want to go too far in that. That get us into another lesson. Exodus, real quick. Exodus. Go back to Exodus to 30. We're going to precept even in the old book about the prayers of the saints. Exodus to 30. Then we got one more after this. Exodus to 30. And we're going to read one verse. We're going to read verse 7. We read it one time. We're going to read it again just to nail the point home. And Aaron shall burn their own sweet incense every morning. When dressing the lamps, he should burn incense upon it. They're them prayers of the saints again. Well, we got 2 more. I lied to you. I'm sorry, y'all. We got 2 more. John, go back to the new book. We're still in the new book. Go back to the new book. John, trying to hurry up. I don't want to keep y'all too long. John the 4th. Huh? John the 4th. And we're going to pick it up at verse 21. And we're going to read 21 through 24. Because this is how you got to worship. John the 4th, 21, and I read. And Yeshua said unto her, "Woman, believe me, the hour is the hour coming, when ye shall neither in this mountain nor yet in Jerusalem worship the Abba. Ye worship ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews or the Yahudim. But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeketh such to worship him. God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth." Hebrews the 4th. Flip back, last plate. Hebrews the 4th. Hebrews the 4th. And we're going to pick it up. We're going to pick it up at verse 11. We're going to read verse 11 through 16. Hebrews the 4, verse 11, and I read. Let us labor, or let us work, grind, fight, claw, scratch. Let us labor, therefore, to enter into that rest. Talking about the 1,000-year millennial reign. Lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief. For the word of Yahweh is quick, meaning it's alive, and powerful, and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and the intents of the mind. 13. Neither is there any creature that is not manifest in his sight, but all things, that's absolute, but all things are naked and open unto his eyes, and to the eyes of him with whom we have to do. Excuse me. Seeing then that we have a great high priest, he see everything, that is passed into the heavens, Yeshua, the Son of the Most High God. Let us hold fast to our profession. If we have not an high priest which cannot be touched, which cannot be touched with the feeling of all infirmities, but was at all points tempted, like as we are, yet without sin. Let us therefore come boldly to the throne of grace and obtain mercy. This coming boldly to the mercy seat, as it was in the Old Testament. Come boldly that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in the time of need. Once again, brothers and sisters, this is what we got to be striving for. We don't want to be coming up with vain oblations to the Most High God. We don't want to be unclean and undressed before we come to the Most High God. So, once again, brothers and sisters, we got to be mindful of everything that we think, everything that we say. We can't be loose with our talk. You know what I'm saying? We can't be striking hands, whether through verbally or not doing nothing. Because when we do that, we offer up vain oblations to the Most High. He ain't listening, he ain't hearing. Matter of fact, he getting irritated. And a payday is going to have to come. You understand? So I thank y'all for your time. I hope you got some understanding. We'll be back next week with another lesson. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, hey, the young lion might come through. And hey, we're going to do what we always do. 10 toes down, feet on the damn ground. We're going to pump this truth to the casket lock or to the Messiah come back first. Whichever one don't make no difference to me. I'm striving to get in. All praise, honor, and great glory is unto our God. The power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the power of Israel. To our brothers and sisters in the faith, we salute you. This your boy T Boogie. I'm going to holler at y'all. We're going to get back with y'all one more game. You hear me?